He blundered his entire queen, but I'm just gonna go out and say it. Dr. Lupo, super underrated from what I've seen. Actually getting a little bit concerned here.
This is the infamous chess game that got Dr. Lupo kicked out of the chess.com PogChamps tournament. He was banned for cheating, he admitted to using an engine, and the full details of all of that are in another video I did yesterday. I'll link it at the end if you want to check it out. But in this one, we're diving in on the game itself. It's beautiful, it's artistic, even though we know an engine was being used. What a comeback, a queen down. His opponent here was Wolfie, playing with the black pieces, double his rating. Watch what unfolds here. So e4, it all starts normal enough with the knights developing, and we now get this so-called Ponziani opening. You fight for the center. Knight f6 is a great response because you pressure this pawn. You could defend, but it isn't done. Instead, this is the best move. Thrusting in the center, counter-attacking on this pawn. Black can take, and it's a different game, not played. Instead, bishop d6. Now we're out of the theoretical stuff at this point. It's not a great move. You know, you block this d pawn, which blocks this bishop, but okay, this is what was played. This bishop now develops and takes. Again, it's risky. You give white the full center. e5 is a big threat to now win a piece, so check was played. The knight develops. Now pawn d6. Black does look a bit more harmonious now, but white's got the center. Castles was played, and bishop g4. Nice move because it now pressures this central pawn, and so most of us are playing, say, bishop e3 here. Cover the pawn, right? But not played. Dr. Lupo plays knight to d5, and it's actually quite a good move here, because even though it looks like you're sacrificing a pawn, you know, say you take, there are different ways to do it, but let's run with this one. Actually, after queen e3, the knight retreating, queen g3, you get a really big attack because there's pressure here. If you castle, there's bishop h6 on the way, g6, whoops, then the dark squares are weak, bishop g5, this sort of thing. So actually white's doing okay for the pawn sack. Did Dr. Lupo see all that? Was the engine on yet? Not too sure. But either way, we see takes here. Pawn recaptures, kicks this knight, and this is what Wolfie had planned. Takes in the center, and look at the pressure on this knight. It's pinned to the queen, so you can't take here. There's pressure. You're going to shatter the pawns. But it's actually a big blunder if white finds this move, queen a4 check, because you can't drop back and cover the bishop, or pawn takes, and after you block with, say, the bishop, well, then the bishop drops here. If you block with the queen, you can swap. Now the knight drops in the center, no pin on the queen. This is the way to go, but all of it missed. Dr. Lupo plays the shocker. Queen takes on d4, and it's from this moment on that we definitely know he had the computer on, the engine, the all-powerful overlord, because he now loses his entire queen and just proceeds to play the most unreal chess ever seen by a 600. Even a super GM would be proud of this game. We get bishop b5 check played. You know, not recapturing the bishop. Everyone and his dog is just taking that piece back. And the idea is you can't push with the pawn to defend or takes. And now if you try and save this guy, this is what I was going to show, then you can push here with check and win the queen. And if you take back, well, now you can still crash through with a check and then win your piece and so on. So we come back here. King f8 was played, best move. Now the bishop is recaptured, bishop c5, and this is one of the two, I would say, most wild moves of this entire game. I mean, most of us are playing bishop e3 and then get your rooks out, that sort of thing, right? But no, we get this absolutely outlandish pawn b4.
I had to make the choice to sack the pawn, because no matter what, it was just going to go bad really quick.
And b4, Wolfie knows what's hit him. There's a pawn sacrifice on the board that makes zero sense. Bishop captures. And the really deep idea that the engine is showing us is now you've picked up a tempo, you can fianchetto the bishop and watch this rook lift. Here we go. Do you even rook lift, bro? a6 hits this guy. Excuse me. It drops to the best square where it still spies the back rank. So we see b5 breaking that one. Bishop b3 looks very natural to me, just flows off the wrist, feels nice on that square. But bishop c2 played, top move, queen e7, and it threatens a checkmate here. How to block it? Possibly you go bishop e3 or bishop b2 to then connect the rook with that square. But instead, we see rook e3. Not an obvious move, a very good move. Queen f6. This is very natural. Defend the knight, hit the long diagonal. Queen g5. Pawns attacked. You know, in a way, this is why my instinct was wanting the bishop on b3. But I love this. So instructive by the engine here. We see the move, rook g3. So it hits the queen, allows the pawn to drop, but now look what happens. Bishop b3, you're actually opening lines of attack against the black king, which is stuck over here. So the queen centralizes now. Again, to my mind, some kind of rook developing move is natural here. Rook c1, but we know c5 is coming, so maybe rook d1 or h3. You know, the back rank's feeling a bit drafty, but no, we get the absolutely weird and difficult to spot move, knight c2.
He blundered his entire queen, but I'm just going to go out and say it. DrLupo, super underrated from what I've seen.
I mean, a backwards retreating knight move. So many of us would be wanting to charge forward with that knight, right? Open up this bishop on here and the rook. I mean, moving backwards with that knight is so unnatural, it's unreal. So f6 is now played because there was this attack on the pawn by the bishop and the rook. Although you do open this one now, and there's a problem. Because watch this rook, pogo stick back along the third rank, hit the queen, and unbelievably, the bishop's now dropping off the board. Because where do you go? You know, say you come to h4, just try and stay in contact. Well, you can kick that queen. Fine, we'll find a square here. But now what? If you go h3, you're forcing the queen off the fourth rank, or even stronger, no doubt would have been found, right? You hit the queen like this, it's got to give ground, you win the bishop. Beautiful lines. So Wolfie goes queen g6, the bishop drops off the board. That's now 3 minors for the queen. I mean, I would love if this was a real game, you know, played by real humans. Still black's got 3 pawns though. Rook e8's now played, and again, double stacking those rooks feels natural, but it would run into a problem. You now have to play pawn takes, because if you go rook takes, you get branked. That's back rank checkmated, very smelly. That would be the end of the game. But okay, what do we see played? Another very good, very strong move, not obvious. Rook g3, picks up the tempo on the queen, and you've now got a real challenge to solve. Your knight is attacked, it's undefended, and there's a threat of back rank checkmate. You know, queen e1, rook takes, sacrifice the queen, and bang, rook delivers a back rank checkmate. How do you stop all those threats? Okay, you could bring the knight back. That's one way to do it. Good move. Or bishop c3.
Pooh, what a move. What a move.
Even stronger. Covers the knight, covers the square. The rook even covers the bishop. Very harmonious. I mean, it is a joy to watch these engines at times. a5 kicks the knight. It centralizes once more. a4. Of course, the bishop doesn't retreat. You know, the DrLupo 600 rated sees that he's going to have a back rank issue, sees that he'll leave his knight hanging. So he takes here. And now the rook does move. We get this big blunder attacking the knight here. Wolfie played really well to his credit here, you know, up against a 3,500 plus rated machine. We get, and now this is the moment. Yeah, this is a really nuts move. I mean, this is a procedure right here. Bishop d5.
No doubt. For me, I report.
And this is where Wolfie just makes the ultimate blunder, really cracks. Queen e5 is played, hanging the queen, but this is my favourite part of the entire game. What's everyone playing here? I mean, everyone is playing this move. You take the queen, right? You just take the queen. And of course, it's a good move. In fact, it's showing me it's the top move here with the stockfish I'm running on chess.com. But on the deep chess engine, on Lee Chess, that I believe DrLupo said he was using, you get knight e6 check. A nice little in-betweener. DrLupo, master of the Zwischenzug. King e7. Does he take the queen? Oh no, he doesn't. First, he takes the pawn with check. I mean, it's so obvious to chess players how unbelievably chess engine-y this stuff is. It's crazy that, you know, Dr. Lupo didn't realize how abundantly obvious this would be to people. Now he takes the queen.
Oh, wait!
Oh, he found it! Let's go! He finds the move!
Wait.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Finally,
baby, we got the queen back. Okay.
Oh, man.
And now this is the icing on the cake. What a maneuver this is. Anyone would be proud to find this. Another retreating move, of course. Bishop f3. Sliding round. The king can't actually move because of the knight. The rook's boxing it in. So all you've got to do is land a check. Now if h5 was played to stop that, whoops, not played by the way, then I'd love to have seen if Dr. Lupo would have found bishop e2. Probably would have played it because it's the only way to mate in 7. All the other lines are just winning. And now you threaten to do the same thing, but from the other side. Rook c5, this rook can renew the threat, this sort of thing, blah, 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 blah. Some kind of mate like this. So we come back, h5 wasn't found, rook f8 instead, check. The rook blocks, only legal move. Of course we take with the bishop, but oh no we don't. Not if we're playing with some assistance, right? Rook takes. Best move, of course. Just delay the execution of the checkmating threat. Keep the king boxed. Rook d8. And here we go. Move the rook anywhere. That's a checkmate.
There, I'm
Okay.
Let's go!
Dr. Lupo.
can you believe it? 2-0, James. He takes out Wolfie, who hadn't lost a single game until this match, and then he lost every game in this match.
I mean, I'd love it if this checkmate had been done. Knight c7. That's still a checkmate. Imagine that one on the board. But yeah, absolutely nuts. I mean, it just shows, I think, as well, how as humans, when emotions get on top of us, right, whatever those emotions might be, any kind of rational thinking just goes out the window. You know, he clearly wasn't thinking straight when he thought, okay, I can cheat, no one's going to notice here, I'm a queen down, you know, coming back a queen down and then just pulverizing someone. Just absolutely nuts. Anyway, so he put out this tweet, by the way. I just did want to finish the video with this. So yeah, he's feeling pretty bad about the whole thing, I'm sure, and it's a big deal for his career now and everything. So yeah, not what we want to see in chess or in any sport, really, is it? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. Do smash like and subscribe if you did, and have a look at the video on screen if you want to see the full details of the story and the drama and the aftermath and everything like that. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.